Our 13th way to pray is what I call intercessory prayer. Intercessory prayer kind of has two parts. One part is the prayer of asking God to bless you, bringing before Him your intentions. And this is more called petition. And then there's praying for others. Praying for others is more called intercession. And so, in a mysterious way, God uses our prayers to make a difference in other people's lives, to make a difference in our families' lives and our friends' lives, and even throughout the whole world. And through praying for others, it actually allows God to pour out His grace more fully into the lives of those that you're praying for. And it even helps the kingdom of God on earth to be realized. It's interesting when you think of a group like the Carmelites. The Carmelites spend all their days, the sisters, enclosed, praying. And those prayers go out into the whole world and help empower missionaries and help empower people that are in active ministry. This way of praying is legitimate and important. Thomas Merton, a 20th century monk, once said that the man whose prayer is so pure that he never asks God for anything does not know who God is and does not know himself, for he does not know his own need for God. And it is true. God is a loving Father. He wants to bless His children. We are His children, and He's really happy when we come to Him with our needs. It is true sometimes when we're praying for others or praying for ourselves that we don't see the fruit right away. If you're not seeing the fruit right away, that's okay. Sometimes it takes weeks or months or even years to keep praying for something, and then eventually it comes about. It doesn't always happen right at once, which is something to keep in mind. Father Griffin, in his book, The Priestly Heart, reflects on this. He says, I look back on my life and see the God I pray to giving me the gifts which I have asked for myself and others in prayer, giving me, as a result of prayer, gifts which I did not even have the wisdom to ask for. So sometimes we're actually asking for the wrong thing, and we don't realize it, or we're asking for something that's not going to help us. Of course, God doesn't give us that just because we're asking for it. But other times He gives us things that we didn't expect, that in fact we do need, and we come to see that. I describe intercessory prayer as a prayer that gives you the grace to love when you don't want to love when others don't deserve it, and to love when it involves a personal sacrifice on your part. More specifically, intercessory prayer can mean the following. It can mean praying for your daily needs, praying for strength and patience, ability to love others. It can mean praying for your family and friends, praying for the salvation of the world, praying for the sick, the suffering, and dying. I'm praying for the Pope, bishops, priests, deacons, and those who minister in the Catholic Church. Intercessory prayer can mean all these things. And more practically speaking, if you're going to engage in intercessory prayer, one way to do it is to take a 3x5 card and write all the intentions that you want to pray for. And maybe you take that 3x5 card with all your intentions, maybe it's even front and back, and you pray with it each day for a month. And after a month, maybe you reevaluate and see if you want to continue to pray with the same things or maybe switch to other things. Another way to do intercessory prayer is to actually intentionally fast for someone. Intentionally fasting for others can make a big difference. You could also choose to simply pray for a longer amount of time for someone or something. Maybe there's an important event coming up in your church and you take an hour to pray for that event. or maybe there's someone that you want to take an extended time to pray for. That's also a very good thing to do. And common forms of intercessory prayer are praying the Rosary, praying the Divine Mercy Chaplet, praying a novena, offering your Mass for someone, offering a time of adoration for someone. All of these are common ways to intercede for others, or even for ourselves. I'm sure there's many more ways as well. So our 13th way of praying is intercessory prayer. Hopefully you understand it more deeply, and hopefully now you have some practical advice on how to implement it more fully into your life.